So let's return to our top story. Cracking down on kidnapping is a key focus for the police, with specialised teams that have been deployed. Some success this week with the arrest of 7 people linked, the police believe, to this Grinder case. This, of course, is the 18-year-old student who was lured into a meeting with an online dating app. He was then kidnapped, found alive, luckily, at a hostel in Denver. Police believe, in fact, that the suspects they've arrested could be linked to multiple kidnappings in the region. Well, to give us the big picture on what's happening with kidnapping in South Africa, I'm joined now by the Deputy Commissioner for Crime Detection, Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya. Now, in June, he was appointed to target crimes such as kidnapping, organised crime and extortion. General, thank you so much for joining us. You know, this Grinder case is giving everyone a bit of hope that somehow police are making inroads on what seems to be quite a few syndicates at play regarding kidnapping. Do you know how many syndicates are involved directly in kidnapping, or is it something that many different crime syndicates tend to get involved in?
Good evening to the viewers at home. Yes, kidnapping seems to be a problem, a very serious problem in South Africa. To date, 134 cases of kidnappings for ransom were made and currently under investigation. And to date, we have arrested up to 124 suspects in 81 cases. Now, we have a number of syndicates that are actually involved. Mostly you find that your Zimbabweans, your Mozambicans, your Bangladeshi, Somalians, Pakistani nationals. You do have a few locals that are involved, but mostly local, they concentrate on your lower level type of kidnappings. Those are the ones that concentrate on your spaza shops and students, but the ones that are really giving us a problem are the ones that you find that they've got your Mozambican mafias, your Pakistan mafia, the Pakistani mafias.
So these are international syndicates, and I suppose they have links to local people who sort of show them the lay of the land, am I right?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
They do work with local people.
All right. Do you know how many syndicates are operating? You got a sense?
We have a lot of syndicates operating, but as I said, we do have the Pakistani mafia, Somali mafia, Bangladeshis. We have the Mozambicans. Mostly involved is the Mozambicans and the Zimbabweans.
All right, so they're the kingpins, they run the operation.
Yes.
How have they managed to infiltrate into South Africa? Is it because of our porous borders? Is it because of years of state capture that hollowed out the police in many cases? Corruption in the forces? What do you think the main reason is that these criminal syndicates, these kidnapping gangs, have been able to get such a hold?
Look, this is part of organized crime, which is global. Every country does have organized crime, and what I can tell you is that syndicates that are operating from Mozambique into South Africa and vice versa, or sometimes you find that even when they kidnap a target, you'll get a call that comes from Mozambique or from Zimbabwe that demands the ransom, and that tells you that, okay, this is how we want our ransom paid, Bitcoins. We'll get it in Dubai. That's how they operate.
Unbelievable. I mean, so in a sense, this is a regional problem. Are you in communication with law enforcement in the region? Are there plans in place to try and strangle out these networks?
Yes. Our intelligence structures are hard at work and also working with their international counterparts as well as organized crime. We do have such teams that are working, focusing only on kidnappings. They work with their counterparts internationally, and we've made a number of successes throughout the country, where we've arrested a number of Mozambicans and Zimbabweans involved in kidnappings. We have a lot of successes where we've arrested a number of people that are mostly from outside South Africa, especially Mozambique and Zimbabwe.
Why do you think these countries in particular seem to have gained such prominence in South Africa?
Look, they do have such syndicates operating in their respective country, and it extends up to South Africa as well.
Talk to me about the police's strategy. As you said, there have been some successes. I was speaking to Lizette Lancaster of the Institute for Security Studies earlier. She's saying that's really encouraging, particularly with this Grinder case, because the police there believe that those suspects may be linked to, I think, as many as 50 other kidnapping cases. So getting one gang down can really be a huge coup and make us all a little bit safer. But Talk to me about the police strategy. What's the plan? Because you seem to have more specialised units now, right?
We must actually commend our crime intelligence officers or operatives, because it is through the work of our intelligence operative that we managed to crack this syndicate, working with organized crime and the DPCI. So we've got a team that is working, and they are working together for concentrating on this type of cases.
All right. And, you know, crime intelligence has been a concern for a long time.
Yes.
Because that was hollowed out.
Yes.
Are you seeing signs that you're able to get that up and running again? I mean, you also you're dealing with extortion and that sort of thing as well. So talk to me a little bit more about how crime intelligence is playing a role.
Yes, crime intelligence have been suffering over a period of time because they haven't been having an appointed head for quite some time. But since the appointment of the Divisional Commissioner Crime Intelligence, Lieutenant General Kumalo, you will realize that crime intelligence have stabilized, and the operations as well, we've got successes. Too many people complained about crime intelligence. Many times you'll hear someone asking us, but where was crime intelligence? But I can safely tell you that to date, many operations that you see, especially that involved big cases, crime intelligence was involved. So we do have crime intelligence that we can rely on. We are just in the process of making sure that in our top stations, we're making sure that we have appointed recently up to 90 crime intelligence operatives, of which in the top 30 stations where there's high crime, you find that we've deployed per stations up to 3 crime intelligence operators.
That's encouraging news. How long do you think before we'll see a difference in the crime rate? Because really that's the ultimate test, isn't it?
Well, all I can say is just watch the space, because I can't say we've got 6 months.
It is, because it's something you have to chip away at, and every arrest. Also, of course, arrests have to lead to convictions, and that's where it's so difficult, isn't it?
Coupled with our high-density operations, Operation Chanela, all the operations, the key operations that we've put in place to make sure that every weekend, the roadblocks, the stop and searches, the operations that we've introduced through Operation Chanela, you'll realize that we've had a number of successes where every weekend we arrest high numbers of people that we put behind bars as a result of Operation Chanela. But I can safely tell you that from crime intelligence, the DPCI, the detectives, organized crime, we do have a working plan. We do have working teams that are operating in each and every province. We have multidisciplinary structures where each and every team will consist of all the different expertise, be it a member from forensic science, from intelligence, from organized crime, but you have all or a number of officials operating from different environments but working together as a team, as a multidisciplinary structure.